Hello and welcome. So excited you're here. Oh my goodness, can we even believe that it is December and that we are so close to Christmas? Wow. So, I thought I would bring something fun that I haven't done in a while. And I have a question for you. Number one, do you ever struggle with having a belly that you try to cover? All right. We call it minnow belly, a muffin top, a belly bulge, whatever. If you do, I can't wait to share with you some great tips on how to conceal it with class. All right. So let me introduce myself. My name's Kim McClure. I am with KDM Life and Beauty, and I am an image transformation expert and a style consultant. And what I do is I help women over the age of 50 look their very best and deal with all the changes that come with it. All right. And so we all know our body shifts, it changes, things are in places where they weren't before, right? And so my job is to simplify how you get dressed so that you can look and feel like the amazing, wonderful woman that you are. All right. So let's get started, shall we? All right, let's talk about it. Like I said, we call it different things. We call it a minnow belly, we call it a muffin top, we call it a belly bulge. Whatever you call it, it's there sometimes. All right. And some of you may not have it. And if not, you don't need to be watching this, I guess. But I do. And I know if I struggle with it, I am not the only one in the world that does. All right. So using a shift dress. This is one of my very, very, very favorite things to do. And I have discovered that in the winter, you can put your sweaters over your shift dress and you get the best of all worlds. Now, you've got to be careful not to be frumpy. Your sweater has to be a certain length. Your shift dress has to be a certain length, to do the 1/3, 2/3 rule. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, hang with me long enough, you'll know, I promise. All right, so on a shift dress, you're looking at a straight or an A line. So it's going to conceal the little bit of bulge that you may have. It's crispy, it's crisp, it's roomy, and it stands away from the body with no cling in the middle. So you can choose a sleeveless, a short sleeved, a 3/4 length, or a long sleeve, but choose one that suits you. That's the most important thing. And we talk about style personality all the time because you are unique and your style is unique to you. You would maybe not ever wear what I'm wearing, and that's okay. That's the joy of being you. So, depending on where you want it and what looks best on you, either above the knee, at the knee, or just covering the knee. And then you can wear it with low chic heels, flats, and even short boots are really cute with shift dresses. Again, it depends on the length. You've got to make sure that you don't look frumpy. All right. So, dressing in one color, monochromatic dressing, we've all heard about it. It's a great way to make a cylindrical look and make yourself look taller and thinner, which we all want, right? So, it's an optical trick. So, we want to match or nearly match our tops and our bottoms. It works for any color, and to get more mileage, you want to mix tailored items with soft, sporty, or athleisure pieces and/or fancier pieces for night. Black joggers and a black silk shirt. Why not? Experiment. Bring things out and put them together that you never would have thought about doing before. And trim your torso with an open jacket. I love these jackets, particularly this one and this one because of the point and how that it slimmerizes the belly. It automatically draws a V in, and so your eye goes in and out. So that creates that curve that we're looking for. It's an illusion again, and it reduces the width of your body. So choose a jacket that can be worn indoors. So something maybe not quite as heavy as something you would wear in the outdoors. And of course, blazers are fabulous. Also, cardigans and vests can work, but again, be sure to notice where the cardigan hits, especially if you're wearing a dress or slacks, because you, again, if your cardigan is too long, you'll look frumpy. I'm just saying. And prime example, it was so funny because I had a cardigan that I wore with a mini skirt, and the cardigan hung about that much further than the mini skirt, which was perfect because it still showed my legs and I didn't look frumpy at all. Obviously, with a mini skirt, how can you look frumpy, right? But I wore it with tights, and so it was a monochromatic look. When I took that cardigan and began to try to wear it with my dresses or my skirts or my pants, it was too long. It just would not work. It had to have the shorter length under. And so that is a prime example of how knowing what to look for. So if you are standing in front of a mirror and you take a picture of yourself and you keep thinking to yourself, something is wrong, try raising the hemline of the sweater or the jacket and seeing if that doesn't make the difference. All right. I would love to know in the comments if you've ever done that. Also, double-breasted jackets. Oh my goodness. Worn closed, the double layer and structure help hide the tummy. It works for both males and females. So let your guys know that. And snatch your oldies from maybe pantsuits that you're getting ready. If you've quit working in a corporate environment and you're going to more of a relaxed environment where you're not going to be going to work in a corporation every day and having to dress in suits, steal some of those suit jackets and or search consignments. That's a great way to find them. All right, untuck your tops. So make sure your top hits your sweet spot. And we've talked about this before. So let me cover it again. If you know where your sweet spot is, it can make you look thinner and taller immediately. And the way you're going to do this is you're going to take a t-shirt that's pretty long, and you're going to begin to roll it up in front of a mirror an inch at a time or hem length at a time and continue to look. And if you need, take a picture at every length if you can't visually see it. But you will see literally when it gets to that sweet spot, your hips will go in and you'll suddenly look thinner. Just saying, fashion is illusion. All right. So when wearing a button down, make sure that it has a flat or a slightly curved bottom. You'll notice a lot of the t-shirts that are made for women over 50 have a rounded, curved bottom. And that is a great way to, again, conceal belly fat. But it needs to be at the right spot. If it's too long, it's going to make you look frumpy. And be sure it has a relaxed fit because you don't want pulls or gapes. And pay attention to sleeve length because remember, where your sleeve hits you is where the eye is drawn. So if you have a little bit of a belly, you do not want your sleeve to hit right at your belly because guess where the eye is going to go? Bam, right to the belly. And we don't want that. So be aware of that. Also, go big on top and narrow on the bottom. We've heard that, the straight leg skinny jeans are not in, but straight leg jeans are great. Skinny legs, not so much, not the ones that fit, super tight. But the straight leg or slim pants look wonderful for being able to, again, create the optical illusion and make you appear thinner. All right. Then we've got easy ways. So don't tuck your tops in and blouses in completely. Do like a side tuck or take your t-shirt and pull it through your belt loop. That's a great way to do it. Take a hair tie or a rubber band and pull it together in the front so you've got some ruching. And again, the ruching, the pleating, the ruching will help to make it appear your belly not appear as large. And of course, don't emphasize the belly by adding tight belts or making it a high waist. All right. And turning your belts, if you wear a belt that's a tie, turn it to the side because again, that creates an optical illusion and takes the focus away from the front of your belly to the side, which is not as large as the front. All right. So a drape or an asymmetrical cut is perfect. A slightly high waist will also help hold in that belly. And I will tell you, this is absolutely one of my favorite tops here because you can see what it does. It's got the ruching, so it's not going to appear, it's not going to focus on that on the belly. And again, it creates an optical illusion. Wrap dresses, I cannot say enough about wrap dresses. They are my absolute favorite. You can also do wrap tops. It's going to drape and make your body appear like it has the figure 8 because you've got that wrap. And then create vertical lines with long blazers or cardigans. And again, we talked about earlier, making sure the cardigan isn't too long so that you don't look frumpy. Then wear pants that control your waistline. Be careful of buttons and zippers. And this was something I learned very early on when I began working with women over the age of 40 or 50. You don't want zippers if you can get by with it in the front because the zipper just adds added weight. Side zippers are a wonderful way to disguise the belly. Prints can also help disguise belly fat. You may not want to make it super, the print a lot, but print will disguise the belly fat. So if you would like to know more and you'd like to get your free muffin top guide, it's actually called Classy Ways to Conceal Your Belly Fat. You can comment the word muffin below or go to my website, kimdmcclure.com, just like you see here on the screen, and then click on resources and it will be there and we will get it sent to you. And I also want to let you know that on the 17th, which is next Tuesday, I couldn't remember if it was a Tuesday or Wednesday. Next Tuesday at 7 o'clock, I will be doing a free webinar called Stop Hating Your Closet. Discover ways to love your body, discover your body type, and learn to love getting dressed again. Because how many of you all, and I would just love to know in the comments, just comment below, how many of you guys walk into your closet and go, oh, I can't believe I have nothing to wear and I have a closet full of clothes. Well, I'm going to help you through that. Plus, I'm going to give you some great tips on organization. And as a freebie for attending, you'll get a wonderful lookbook where you can actually find things to make your closet look better and be more organized. So that's going to be a really fun freebie there. So remember that fashion is an expression of you and your personality, and that it is, if it's not a heck yes, then it's a no. Just try to always remember that. And what makes you happy is so what's important. And so be sure to learn to trust yourself, dress for your personality because you are unique. And then let's learn to love our bodies and the clothes we have and learn how to use them to make us look as fabulous as possible. What do you think? Thanks so much for joining me. I hope these tips helped you, and I can't wait to see your comments below. Thanks. Bye.